I love it when a piece will encompass a lot of different human emotion.
Monsieur le Président, je vous fais une lettre que vous lirez peut-être si vous avez le temps.
His last wife, before he passed away, had a child. The family was arguing over the estate and didn't believe that the child was his, didn't want to include him in the will at all. He had been moved and embalmed over and over again. I think they moved him 18 times. He was not buried for 6 months after he passed away. And the only way they could do a paternity test or a DNA test on him, because he was so saturated with embalming fluid, was to actually amputate both of his legs and get the bone marrow. You can get the last little thing in there. That kind of sums that piece up.
J'ai vu mourir mon père, j'ai vu partir mes frères et pleurer mes enfants.
What do we do to each other as human beings? You know, let's just pull back and think about this a little bit.
Se moque des bombes et se moque des vers. Quand j'étais prisonnier, on m'a volé ma femme.
James Brown was Michael Jackson's idol. He went to the funeral, didn't like how James Brown's hair looked, so he recombed it before he went into the ground, and all these sort of sad, poignant things, and sort of looking back on both of their lives and the geniuses that they both were, and this sort of sad deaths that they had to endure at the end of their lives. I thought it was so poignant and fascinating and sad and amazing. It just makes people think, and they get a little chuckle, but then they're like kind of worried about it, or they get apprehensive, or they feel sad. It's like any other piece of art. The more you can pull out of somebody with something that's so complex and interesting, the better.
Monsieur le Président, je ne veux pas le faire. Je ne suis pas sur terre pour tuer des pauvres gens.
This is mostly satin stitching applique, where I've actually cut the shapes out of fabric, as you can see, not like the thread painted pieces, but these are actual cut pieces of fabric. The little arms and the little hands, the hills, the casket, Michael Jackson's body here, James Brown in the casket. So that's an old quilting technique called applique, and I'm cutting fabric, stitching around the edges of the fabric to a fabric background. The writing is just, I put a darning foot again on the machine and just freehand, blocks. It's just practice. You have to practice, but like anything, if you practice, you can do it. So it's just basically writing with a sewing machine.